What's good, y'all? Buckle up coming through on a quick drop special. Merry Christmas to each and every one of y'all, all y'all families. Wish y'all a great day. And of course, if you new over here, new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. And do know you all are definitely welcome. And for everybody that's already been subbed up to me and new subscribers, appreciate each and every one of y'all as well. You already know it. And again, wish y'all all a great Christmas day. One other thing I wanted to tell y'all before we get started: go subscribe to my guy Crypto Trekker, KRYPTO, KRYPTO, Crypto Trekker, TREKKER. This is a fair usage, and if y'all want to see and hear what these people is talking about, go to his channel. We is chopping it up in the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao from. We're gonna chop it up while we strolling through the Philippines. And getting started with this one. I want to say, Usyk would have beaten Wilder into a motherfucking coma had they fought. Since Usyk had came from the cruiserweight division. All right, if Usyk would have beat the fuck out of Wilder in cruiserweight or at heavyweight the same way, because Wilder don't possess the technique, the footwork, nothing at all to be a threat to Usyk. Not happening. Wilder does nothing with Usyk. Usyk will beat Wilder bad. And I caught another contradiction with with Bark for the Bone. So check this out, y'all. BFTB, he say Boots versus Norman is a bigger fight and better fight than Boots versus Tio. All right. He say Brian Norman and Boots is a better fight because it's a unification fight, right? He was hollering that shit the other day on his channel, hollering at the top of his voice. What are y'all talking about? Why wouldn't Brian Norman be a better fight? And it's a unification fight. What does Tio bring to the table? Tio hasn't done nothing. You know what the fuck he talking about when Tio is a way bigger name than Brian Norman. Now, I understand where he coming from. It's a unification fight. And that's what we was trying to get him to understand when he was saying, why the fuck would Bud not take the fight with Manny Pacquiao at 147, but instead take an undisputed fight when in Dongo? Y'all hear him say that a lot? Why would he turn down a fight with Manny Pacquiao at 147? He could have went to 147 and fought Manny Pacquiao, but instead he fought for undisputed against Ndongo. See how you catch him contradicting the fuck out of himself? Caught him straight in contradiction. When I heard him talk about that on the show, I said, listen to this goofy motherfucker. He don't even realize what he's saying, because he just say shit when it worked for him. Whenever it worked for whatever the fuck he's trying to say, then that's how he put it. Contradicting the fuck out of himself. Yeah, Boots should fight Brian Norman instead. I agree too. Boots should fight Brian Norman instead. But Brian Norman is not a bigger name than Tio. What the fuck is you talking about? Brian Norman not a bigger name than T.O. Just like Ndongo wasn't a bigger name than Manny. But Bud wanted to get his motherfucking belts. Bottom line. Bottom line. So check this out, y'all. Y'all gotta keep in mind, because this motherfucker barked for the bone forever talking about all of these undisputed guys. He got a lot of downplay talk about a lot of the guys that's undisputed in boxing, except for his guy. So y'all gotta keep in mind that we do have a few channels out here that talk this sport like BFTB, who never in their life ever laced up with boxing gloves. Never laced up with boxing gloves. And definitely stayed away from all smoke in the street. Yeah. Never laced up. Never laced up with no boxing gloves. And definitely stayed away from any kind of smoke in the street. Now, a person that never boxed in his life, or don't even consider trying, how are you knocking undisputed champions by going over their resumes, like BFTB doing? That's what he was doing on not this show, not his most recent show. I think it was the show before this most recent show. It was within the last two shows, where you going over their resumes and saying most of the fighters that they fought on the way to undisputed were all trash. If you listen to this goofy closely, you will hear him repeat the same exact fucking words over and over again about each fighter he claims shouldn't count for anything on your motherfucking resume. He forever talking about fighters saying, who did they fight? Who he fought? And who he fought? Went over there to who he fought. When all of that shit don't even matter. None of that shit don't even matter at all as long as they taking belts. As long as they doing what you supposed to come to the sport to do. As long as you taking them motherfucking super belts and you strapping up. That's all that matter. Who the fuck is this deluded ass goofy think he is to tell Canelo who his best opponent was? Or to tell Bud who his best opponent was? Or to tell any undisputed champion who their best opponent was, when the bottom line is they all completed the task of undisputed. Why you keep asking who this person fighting, who that person fighting, who that person fight? That shit don't matter. You BFTB holler, Devin beat the man. When he get to talking about Devin, when he talk about Devin undisputed, he say, Devin beat the man that beat the man. Because Kambosos beat T.O. But at the same time, here you go again, contradicting again. Look, but he keep on hollering this name. I don't know, y'all been hearing this name a lot from him, Edward Troyanowski at 140. He keep hollering this Edward Troyanowski, right? So he say Edward Troyanowski was the guy at 140, and Ndongo, listen, Ndongo went to Edward Troyanowski country and punished him. Edward Troyanowski was supposed to have been some kind of from BFTB. From what he say, Edward Troyanowski was annihilating this and annihilating that, beating everybody up at 140, and he wanted to fight Bud. And Ndongo went over to Edward Troyanowski country, went over to Russia, wherever he from, and beat the shit out that man and punished that man. And then Bud punished Ndongo for undisputed. Yeah. But he talked so contradictive that he can't even catch himself before the contradiction begins. Just like you talk about annoy, holla, annoy, beat this person, and this person beat nothing but trash. Again, you did it with annoy. Annoy beat blah blah blah. But who did he beat? Who was he? He wasn't even watching Annoy in them divisions. He just go look at the name and say, who was he? And holler it out to make it seem like that just, you know, just because you hollered and said who was he, that mean he wasn't nobody. And he think that's just, people just go with that. No, it don't work like that. You don't even know who the fuck these people is. I mean, but all the trash guys did have the heart. All these guys that you calling trash, you say, who did they beat? And who did they beat? And who was he? And who was he? And And he don't do this. And he don't do that. From your bathroom, talking on YouTube, like I told you. But all the trash guys, all these trash guys, they did have the heart. They did have the heart to get in the sport while you just sit in the bathroom on YouTube claiming that they ass cheeks. Like you were saying the other day, ass cheeks. They ass cheeks. Trash. Who was he? He was ass cheeks. That's all you do is sit back and talk shit. That's it. All this scared, yes man ass, nobody ass nigga do is claim all the fighters be cheeks. But the whole time, you a yes man. All these fighters be cheeks. All these fighters be cheeks, but you a yes man. Talking. They is fighting. Yeah. Yeah. And you would never get in the ring with boxers around your motherfucking weight. You wouldn't never get in the ring with boxers around your weight class and show us what you could have done. You would have never had done that. You'd have never gotten in the motherfucking ring and showed us what you could have done. And then he never tell y'all that Bermain Stavern was a C-level fighter that Wilder took a belt from. See, I could be calling Bermain Stavern cheeks and trash and all that other dumbass shit, but I wouldn't do that. I'm just gonna say Bermain Stavern was a C-level fighter. You know? That Wilder took a belt from. Which is all good. Wilder get a pat. Wilder was supposed to take that belt. When Wilder went and took that motherfucking WBC belt from Bermain Stavern, that's who was holding it. He's supposed to take it. We're not going to sit here and say, and who did Stavern take the belt from? And who did he fight? And who did he fight? And, oh, he was cheeks. You know what I'm saying? No, Bermain Stavern had the motherfucking belt. That's all that matter. And Wilder took that motherfucker. That's all that matter. You know? Well, he ain't gonna take no more. After that, we all know the story on that. Remember, he a baby. Charlie Fink will say he was a baby, but that's a whole nother thing. When I talk about that another time. But you listen, you never in the history of BFTB channel ever heard him talk down about any of the fighters in Wilder's first 35 fights. And like I said just now, I won't call them cheeks. I won't call them cheeks or trash or none of that. But I will call them what they are. And they were F to C level opposition. Right? That's what they were. They were F to C level opposition. But he won't tell you about that. He won't have that. He won't have that motherfucker. He won't do that motherfucking live show and tell you about that. He don't even gotta debate me. He don't even gotta debate me on this. Tell him to play the video and fact check anywhere that I'm wrong. Of course now, something, listen, of course now too, something was in the Nui gloves, y'all. Like it was with furry, like they used to say that with the furry shit. Y'all ain't heard this shit with a Nui? Something supposed to have been in the Nui gloves. Because he beat Nonito Donaire. And since Nonito Donaire, it's only because Nonito Donaire and his lady come to BFTB channel, and plus they took him on some type of paid for adventure wherever he went at. I don't know where the fuck they took him to dinner or some motherfucking where he went out with him and they paid for shit for him. So since they did that, Anui had bad gloves just like Furry did. Ever since he went out on that dinner, he been coming back, and Nonito Donaire took that loss. He started talking about Anui gloves. Yeah, did he? And then you was arguing with the guy. Bark for the Bone was arguing with the guy on his motherfucking live the other day, and and I forgot exactly what the dude came in there about, but he came in there and said a few things, and you was saying, you see he was telling his subs, y'all see how I got call this nigga a bitch to his face? You wasn't calling the nigga a bitch to his face, dumbass. You online. You wasn't out in public in that man's face, the dude from New York. You still talking or still acting like you want smoke with motherfuckers, knowing that you ain't going to New York to go do shit. The guy came on there and said something about he be at some gym, South Bronx gym or some shit. If y'all was watching that show, you ain't going up there to that gym where he told your dumbass to come at. You in there doing all that hollering and shit. Oh, I do this, I do that. I told you to do that shit state to state until your jaw get broke. You gonna see. You gonna see how you talk to motherfuckers online when they when they jump on your channel to talk boxing. You don't talk like that in person. And that's gonna show one day. You keep cracking slick and acting like you do when you know your bitch ass don't. I don't know why you don't sit there and just admit, no, I don't talk to niggas like that in person. You don't go on the streets to niggas you don't know and run your mouth like that. You don't do that. You know you don't do that. Now what else I had to chop it up to y'all about he did say too if Nonito Donaire was 5 years younger, he would have beat a monster at Nui. No, he wouldn't. How you know that? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have beat no motherfucking monster at Nui 5 years earlier. It would have been the same situation that you say going on right. What you just say happened. Same shit that you seen take place. Saying Nonito was a good fighter. Not to say Nonito was no scrub or nothing like that, but Nonito can't beat a Nui. It is what it is. And Bud didn't do. I heard you talking about Bud didn't do Undisputed at 135. Bud didn't do Undisputed at 135 for the same reason Devin left 135. He couldn't make the motherfucking weight no more. So if y'all didn't know that why Bud, he keeps saying, do any of y'all know why Bud wouldn't go Undisputed at 135? Bud ain't go Undisputed at 135 because he couldn't make the weight, y'all. Just like Devin was having trouble making the weight, didn't feel right, wasn't comfortable. He wasn't comfortable, so he had to go to 140. That's why Bud didn't do Undisputed at 135. But Bud ain't faking like he can still go back to 135 and fight guys like Bark for the Bone be trying to say about Devin now. That's why I say he gonna get Devin beat, because he put hexes on him talk about shit that he know Devin won't do. He know Devin not comfortable at 135, but still want to talk like Devin that tough to go back to 135 to do something. When he won't go back to 135 to do a motherfucker thing. Same way Bud wasn't going back to 135. They couldn't make the weight no more. That's what I'm talking about. You sitting in the bathroom, you never box. You never been in this shit. You don't know what's going on. You just running them choppers. That's it. Run your mouth, throw rocks. That's all you do. And what else I had to tell you? It wasn't he was saying it wasn't just when you know what I meant to let y'all know too? When T.O. fought Lomachenko, when T.O. and Lomachenko fought on ESPN, the ESPN advertised it as an undisputed fight. So if any of y'all might didn't see that fight or might didn't recognize it, go look up the fight with T.O. versus Loma and watch the fight, and you'll see the fight was advertised on ESPN as an undisputed fight, which it was. All right? What the fuck he talking about saying ESPN don't know what they talking about in this? No, this goofy, peon, dummy-ass YouTube nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. It was an undisputed match through ESPN. That's what they advertise it as undisputed. Now, what type of little belt situations or whatever situations they was having going on with Devin, like I guess Devin having a fake belt and this, that, and the other, yeah, most likely that must have been the motherfucking, that must have been what the situation was, because T.O. fight was advertised on TV, on ESPN as undisputed. Y'all can go check that out for yourself. And what was the one last thing and something else I had to tell you? Oh, stop talking Bob Earn business like you work for Bob Earn. That's what the guy came on there to tell you from New York. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. He was trying to tell you, stop running your fucking mouth about Bob Earn like you work with Bob Earn. I told him, tell him the same shit. You don't work with no motherfucking Bob Earn. Bob Earn wouldn't even let you. Bob Earn wouldn't give you a job cleaning the toilets he shit in. He wouldn't. He would not give BFTB a job cleaning the toilets he shit in. Yeah. Fuck is you talking about? You don't work with Bob Earn. That's what the nigga came on there leaning on you about from New York, and then you got mad. And he told you, yeah, I'll be at the South Bronx gym, this, that, the other. Tell Drew go over to South Bronx gym and holler at him. You know? But other than that, I see y'all on the get back.
These niggas sweet, I bet they all get smoked. Put them in gumbo blunts. My bitch bad, look like a barber or something. Fuck around, eat her for lunch. Car go fast, I'm yelling fuck 12. You know I ain't stopping for nothing. Put on for my hood, I know how I feel to be broke. I got a poppin' for some. These niggas rapping, they ain't really getting no money. They ain't never seen no honey. Boy, you cap, you ain't really kill nobody. You ain't never caught no honey. You ain't never shot no nigga close range. You ain't seen blood chomp out of nigga's stomach. You ain't never pulled no move on dude. You ain't had to finesse to get no money. She keep texting me, she love me. I repair like, bitch, you funny. I can't lead a person drink alone. I turn to a junkie. I'm too high. I can't count my bank in. Bank gon' count it for me. 15,000 on the trip. I remember having nothing. Fresh as fuck when I walk through TSA. They tryna fuck my luggage. Hottest nigga from my side. Tell my label up the budget. I done hit this bitch 1,000 times. Tell me why you cover her. She be trying her best to get at me, even though it's no with her. Treat the condo like a trap, just bags in here, no furniture. And if she thinks she that, she from my city, the game and punish. And I don't really think it's no smoke with these niggas, they just won't be us. And these niggas so broke, it costs a car just to see us. First I take it strong, she do up everything for the heart. You the type control on this, I pull up pulling niggas' cars. You the type say, I ain't say that GD and put that shit on God. My little nigga fresh on his beat, he got his shank when he walk the yard. This real rap nigga, no facade. I got on broke niggas hard. They ain't really want this shit from me, this money turned us apart. I like red bitches, fast cars. Touch me, you get spoiled. Had to cut back on that drink, cause when you see my mom always nod. Pickable, glad house in my mouth, shit hit in the dog. I keep work when you